All right, let's talk about building the ultimate social media blueprint. We're going to take all that chaotic, day-to-day posting and turn it into a clear, data-driven strategy that actually brings in revenue. You ready? Let's dive in.
We have to start with this quote because, wow, it just perfectly captures the stakes, right? This isn't just about wasting a little bit of time, it's about actively losing ground. Every single post you make without a plan could literally be costing you money and handing your customers over to the competition.
You know the feeling. I think we've all been there. You're creating, you're posting, you're trying to be on every platform, and all you hear back is crickets. It just feels like all this incredible effort is going out into the universe for absolutely nothing in return.
And here's the big mindset shift. The problem isn't that you're not doing enough, it's that all that doing isn't connected to a why. Without a strategy, all your activity is just noise, but with one, it becomes a seriously powerful business driver.
So, the solution is to stop guessing and start building. We're going to walk through a simple 8-step framework that acts as a blueprint. This is what turns all that random activity into a predictable system for growth.
Okay, let's start building. Seriously, before you even think about posting a single thing, you have to get this groundwork right. These first 3 steps, they are the most critical part of the entire process, for sure.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here. What are you actually trying to do? Look, getting more likes is not a business goal, but increasing awareness for our new product launch by 20%? Now that is. This one little piece of clarity will guide every single decision you make from here on out.
Think about this. Why would you start from scratch when your competitors have already spent months, maybe even years, doing all the trial and error for you? Go out there and research what's working for them. See what tactics are landing. This isn't about copying them, not at all. It's about gathering intelligence to build a smarter strategy way faster.
Now this slide is so important because it helps you cut through all the noise of those vanity metrics. Let's forget about just counting followers for a second. Let's look at what actually moves the needle. So if your goal is brand awareness, you need to be tracking reach. That's how many unique eyeballs actually saw your stuff. If you want people to consider your product, well, you track clicks, your CTR, to see if they're actually taking that next step. And for building real brand loyalty, you're going to focus on engagement rate because that tells you how relevant and interesting your content really is. This is how you measure what truly matters.
Okay, our foundation is officially in place, so let's build the next part of our blueprint, and this is the fun part, creating content that actually connects with the right people.
I mean, it's simple. If you don't know who you're talking to, how can you possibly say the right thing? Creating a detailed buyer persona is absolutely non-negotiable. This means really sketching out your ideal customer. Let's call her Marketing Maria. She's a 35-year-old manager, she listens to business podcasts, and she's always struggling with team productivity. See, when you know Maria, you know where to find her, how to talk to her, and this is key, how to get her off a platform you don't own and onto your own email list.
And that idea flows right into the 90-10 rule. Once you know your Marketing Maria spends most of her time on, say, LinkedIn, you're going to put 90% of your energy right there. Go deep, master that platform. You can use that other 10% to poke around and experiment on other platforms, but please, don't spread yourself so thin trying to be everywhere at once. It just doesn't work.
This is it. Your content is basically the bridge that connects your strategy to your customer. It's what grabs their attention, and ultimately, it's what drives sales. So, how do we make sure it actually works? Well, it really comes down to using the right format for the right job. First up in our little rapid-fire round, stories. Okay, think of these as your main tool for connection. This is where you get personal, you share the behind-the-scenes stuff, and you build a real human relationship with your audience. Next up, reels and carousels. This is where you establish your authority. Use these formats to teach something, to share your professional opinion, and to position yourself as the person they need to listen to in your field. And finally, the simple, classic image. These are perfect for delivering a quick, powerful little micro-insight. You know, a surprising statistic, a quote that hits hard, or a key takeaway from your latest article. They're designed to be super easy to digest and even easier to share. And now we've come to the final, and you could argue the most important section. A strategy isn't some document you write and then forget about. No, it's a living, breathing thing that needs constant attention. You gotta remember, social media is a two-way street. It is not enough to just blast content out there. You have to actively engage. Start conversations in the comments, in the DMs, respond quickly.
When you build a real relationship with your followers, you create this incredibly loyal community that trusts you.
This quote is just everything when it comes to social media strategy. So many people fail because they just stick to a broken plan, hoping things will magically get better. And that leads us perfectly into our next step.
The most important thing to see here is that this is a continuous loop. It never stops. Step 1, you analyze the data. What's working? What's not? Step 2, you adjust your strategy based on what you just learned. And step 3, you test new ideas, constantly. It could be a simple A/B test, like posting the same image with 2 different headlines to see which one gets more clicks. This isn't a one-time thing, it's the engine that powers your whole strategy.
And finally, our 8th step is just recognizing that social media is totally unpredictable. Sometimes you're going to crush your goals and you'll need to aim higher. Other times, you'll fall short and need to make a change. Your ability to be flexible and adapt your goals based on what's happening in real time, that is your single greatest asset.
So, let's bring all this home. What is the big takeaway from this entire 8-step blueprint? It's really about making a fundamental shift in how you approach the whole thing. This right here is the core message. Following a data-driven roadmap is what takes you from being just another voice shouting into the void to a strategic brand that commands attention and gets real business results. It is the difference between hoping for success and actually engineering it. And I just want to leave you with this one last thought. Right now, sitting in your analytics, there's a story about what your audience wants, what they respond to, and where you should go next. The only question is, are you listening?